So, hi guys, my name is Alexander. I am born as Ukrainian, and I'm now at age 32. And for last like 10 years, I'm living in Russia since Crimean conflict, I would like to say. So I wanted to comment to you. I'm sorry for my bad English. I want to comment to you onto this interview, or how do you call it. I would use some improper words, but please try to listen to my mood of voice, my pitch of voice. I don't know how to formulate. Just try to dive deeply in what I mean, behind the words, behind the meaning. So I have just watched a full Tucker Carlson and Putin interview onto his official YouTube channel, and I found that the translation was made. I'm sorry. The translation was made in some quick manner, and some very powerful details and emotions were lost. So let me try to reintroduce to you as a Russian man, as a Ukrainian-born man, as a man who study a history. I want to introduce to you main points of view which were described by the President of Russian Federation. So I would comment, put a video on pause. I don't know how to properly spell, so please forgive me for that. I want to tell you that I believe most of Russian people in great respect to Tucker Carlson and to Vladimir Putin, and this is a very great interview for us, and which we were waiting for a long time. We are happy to greet him here in Russia. Какого хера?
Когда начался конфликт на Украине в 22 году, вы сказали, что вы действуете потому, что пришли к выводу, что, в общем, НАТО, США могут начать
The following is an interview with the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, shot February 6, 2024 at about 7 p.m. in the building behind us, which is, of course, the Kremlin. The interview, as you will see if you watch it, is primarily about the war in progress, the war in Ukraine, how it started, what's happening, and most pressingly, how it might end. One note before you watch. At the beginning of the interview, we asked the most obvious question, which is, why did you do this? Did you feel a threat, an imminent physical threat? And that's your justification. And the answer we got shocked us. Putin went on for a very long time, probably half an hour, about the history of Russia going back to the 8th century.
So I would like to represent to you the main points of history of Russia. So the Russia was united. Not united, it was a single kingdom, Russian kingdom called Rus, and it has started from what Vladimir Putin told us. So there was like never separated grounds, separated country. It was always one country called Rus, Russia, Great Mother Russia. But during some warfare with Poland, with Khazars, Golden Horde, Khan, etc. Those Rus territories have suffered severely, seriously, and all that things are included to the hymn of Ukraine, Ще не вмерла Україна. So all the history of Ukraine was very difficult that lands has suffered much, and yet hasn't died the Ukraine. Still, we had a chance to have a smile. Our enemies would die, would vanish, like a dew in the sun. We too shall rule. It means that that country, that territory was conquered and was under the enemy's control, under the Poland control, Golden Horde control, and all the times the history of Ukraine was in chains. So they tell, душу и тіло мы положим за нашу свободу. Soul and body shall we lay down for our freedom. And we will show, brothers, that we are of the Cossacks nation. Cossacks were the warriors that had left the slavery, run out from slavery and cooperate in the Dnipro River. And they has built a base there. And Bogdan Khmelnytsky was one of the leader, ataman. So you can watch. He is an hetman. It means the leader, the president of Cossacks. Which is a Ukrainian national movement for liberation and counteracting enemies that has enslaved and Ukrainian territory. In some moment, he was struggling for Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, and which we call pravoslavia. It's our religion. All of our territories have this Russian spirit and this religion, which was brought by King Vladimir in early times, before other countries has enslaved this our territory of Rus. The Cossacks movement is fully in connection, is a heart of Ukrainian nation. So Cossacks are the very topmost nationalistic spirit of our Rus, of our territories where do Ukrainian live. He is an embodiment. Cossacks and hetman, they like Bogdan Khmelnytsky and others hetmans, are embodiment for the national spirit to struggle against slavery. So what did done the Bogdan Khmelnytsky? He started a war against Polish, because Polish has enslaved and made us not to practice our spirit, our faith, our Christianity, Slovenian Orthodox Christianity, called pravoslavia. So at some moment, Bogdan Khmelnytsky was fighting against those countries that has enslaved our territories, Ukrainian territories, Rus territories that suffered so much from Golden Horde, from Khazars, from Lithuania, Pole, and so other. And almost all the time our territories were under somebody's ego, somebody's slavery, somebody's some other country's rulement. But basically, natively, we are Russian people. Like Rus people. And Vladimir Putin tells about that Moscow, Russia, and everything was started as Kievan Rus. And slowly it grows and goes to the north. And some problems, some fights with another nations from here, made some attacks on our Rus territory. And some of these lands has come to enemy's country that took them by power. So you can Google it up, everything. And what is the point I bring you to? So you can find it out. I don't know if it's okay. So this is the letter of the representative, the leader, the chief, the president of National Spirit for fighting against slavery, Bogdan Khmelnytsky. He puts a letter to the king, Alexei of Russia, to ask the Russia to save them from anti-Christianity and fight the ego and fight against slavery and against Pole country. So Bogdan Khmelnytsky has written 2 letters to the king in succession, one and then through a time against the second one, and he asked to come and save them. You can find this letter and its translation, so you can translate this moment. I will attach this link. The most magnificent and glorified King of Moscow, our well-wisher and savior, upon the God's mercy, and so on, you can translate it. They ask to save territory of Russia, of Rus, from ego, from slavery. And Russia came and put blood to put a protection onto Ukraine. So no one could have slavery onto Ukrainian, so Ukrainian can live. And Russia brings back autonomy, brings back national spirit to Ukraine. But sometime later, Bogdan Khmelnytsky started his personal war against Pole and was lost in that fight. But he made it without speaking to king. But king was given protection to Cossacks, to Ukrainian, all the territory. So you can probably have heard that word Ukraine means Ukraina. Kraina means the border. So also in Ukraine there is a word Kraina that means country. Okraina means that lands that are close to the border of the country. So it's like edge. It's like translating like edge. And this is how Rus was called. Rus people called some territories that was left, was lost in the war and were took back, had been taken back. I don't know how to say. So basically we have study in Ukrainian history. I'm Ukrainian, so that our national spirit is in Cossacks. So the national spirit of Ukraine is represented in Cossacks and in its hymn of Ukraine. Ще не вмерла Україна, yet hasn't died the Ukraine in direct translation. So it's like in minor, it's mean like sad, but it's history. It's what against we were fighting, against slavery and against coming back as Rus. And while the Rus was going on in parallel as Russia. So Ukraine is a part of Rus that was influenced also physically, also politically, also propagandically. So basically we are the same, but suffered much and little lost our identity because of assimilating with Pole, with Litva, Khazars, and so it influenced a little bit. So the history of Ukraine can be viewed in different points. But basic point that we were studying at school as history of Ukraine is that Cossacks are the heart of our identity. Cossacks is the heart of our national spirit, and Rus is our source. We are the founder of the Rus, basically, but we were enslaved in this part of the region, and Russia is higher, and it's all around us is Russia, and then it was rejoined with Russian kingdom, and then it was Soviet Union, and we were united. All the other time we were united till the 1990, I believe 1992, when I don't remember, I hasn't been born yet, when Soviet Union has been broken, and the Soviet Union released some parts. So all the dark times are greatly and literally, poetically embodied, were embodied by Taras Shevchenko, the great Ukrainian poetist, and you can read his message about the severe slavery and harsh, difficult times in his poetry. You can write down it like nearly like that. I'll try to find it in English language, so you can find all his literature, literally anyone, literally any poetry. Що паненя вередливе, зманіжене викине геть на сміття. So it's Shvachka. So basically it's not Taras Shevchenko, the poem which I remembered. We were studying it and remembering it. It's Grabowski, also our poetist. So you can translate it also to English. It is said, you see, she's not walking, she's like in slavery. Panenya stands for the child of the Pan. Pan is a master for slavery. I mean, the master who owns slaves. It's directly slaves. They had not any will, they can only live, eat if they have, and they have to give to their master all they have, all they produce onto the fields, all basically work on fields, and some activities like smithery, like sewing and other things, they were under the panchina or kripatstvo. So I can try to find it. Yes, I can find it in English. It's available. Serfdom. But I don't know how it was in Europe, but Ukraine was exploited, severely exploited, till the full drain of energy. People could not live, people could not eat, people could not meet boys and girls to make, like, I mean, it's like difficult, very difficult things. So you can also read about it. And what Putin will tell, that our territory of Ukraine was under the serfdom, under the slavery, under the aggressors, which were exploiting us and transforming us to make us, I mean Ukrainian, make us serve that Polish and Lithuanian exploiters. Really, all the masters were Polish, and there was no any master that was exploiting, no any Ukrainian was exploiting Ukrainians. It's only the foreign country ego was exploiting us. I mean, ego, it means in Ukrainian something very difficult, something very foreign. You can translate it. I'll bring it to you. So just please wait a second. So, ego. Yoke is an oppressive, enslaving force. In a narrow sense, is the oppression of conquerors over the defeated. It is called ego in our Ukrainian language. It was basically Tatar-Mongol yoke. Also, it was Khazars. It was I don't remember all the things, but basically it was that opponent powers against Rus that were attacking it, and you see part of Rus, Crimea. Cossacks were attacking Crimea. Cossacks were fighting, and also so Poland, Polsha, Lithuania, Litva, all the things, yes, they were like exploiting us, and we have been under their yoke. So let's come back to being oppressed. We also were trying to. They tried to break us by demolishing our faith, our unity, our identity, and this connecting us from the power that joined us, from the Rus soul, from the Rus identity. So and onto this note, let's come back to video.
And honestly, we thought this was a filibustering technique and found it annoying and interrupted him several times, and he responded he was annoyed by the interruption. But we concluded in the end, for what it's worth, that it was not a filibustering technique. There was no time limit on the interview. We ended it after more than 2 hours. Instead, what you're about to see seemed to us sincere, whether you agree with it or not. Vladimir Putin believes that Russia has a historic claim to parts of western Ukraine. So our opinion would be to view it in that light.
So I mean, Rus territory always was Russian, and there was no such there was no such territory with own president or own king that was Ukraine. It always was either Rus and or Russia, or it was enslaved territory. I'm sorry, I cannot speak properly. I don't know what's happening to my lips because lack of practice. So basically, if you need a letter, you also can find it. Letter of Hetman King Bogdan Khmelnytsky, Cossack, to the king of Russia. He was not king, he was the leader of Cossacks. Cossacks were national deliberating powers which accommodate at some places to make contract or deliberate some enslavation zones. It is like resistance, national soul of a rising resistance. Enslaved but a rising resistance movement. So here you see Cossacks in Wikipedia. I don't know how to spell. How do you spell it? And we need Sich. It's Dnieper Sich. Zaporozhskaya Sich, Zaporozhian Sich, and you can see what territory it was occupied. So very little against Ottoman Empire, Crimean Khans, so Polish and Cossacks little tried to get their territories back, and with guarantee of saving, of defending, of neutrality, Russian Empire, all this big country, gave to all these small guys that were based onto the Dnieper river some small islands. You can see also Terra Kozakorum. It's like land of Cossacks. So you can see that neither the Crimea was never attached to Ukraine. Crimea and all the territories was won by Russia during to aggression from the side of Khans. I mean, guys from Turkish Khans, Khazars, they attacked Russia. Basically, all the time the history of Russia that we are being attacked, consequently doing nothing, just living our life and getting our sources from our territory, saving our people, and all the time somebody trying to attack. Either France with Napoleon, either Golden Horde, either Tatarian, I mean, and now, I mean, I think you understand who are Tatars. I mean, now they are living peacefully inside of Russian Federation, having their own language, own national things. All is good. Alles ist in Ordnung. I mean, it's from Deutsch, from you understood. So everything is okay, and even they call Putin Baba. Baba means father. So I mean, you can find all these maps. I'm not historical. I dislike history. But I really dislike history. I'm programmist with like senior developer in 6 languages of development, 6 programming languages. So basically you see that guys were living here, Cossacks like Novasich and Starasich. All these places were fortress on the isles, and out of them they performed the attack action to liberate Ukraine. And they had a severe warfare, and so only 2 isles were based, and the territories they were attacking and reviving back, like killing those masters called Pan, killing those Pans, etc. And they, in some time, they took some territory. Probably you are already laughing, so I'm sorry. Around their base, and in some time, once upon a time, struggling harshly, severely against enemies, against exploiters, they found they could not resist. They fallen, and they asked twice Moscow, Russian Empire, Rus, mother of they, for help. And then Russian Empire started something like warfare, but not like direct warfare. They just pronounced that we took this territory again under our protection. So if enemies would try to possess, exploit, attack or diminish the faith, Orthodox Christianity at this territory, Russian would take in. And so Ukraine regained some onto the rights of small brother, some kind of autonomy. Russian Empire would not intervene mostly into any politics inside, and like a big brother, Russian Empire, Mother Russia, gave some autonomous independence to those Cossacks, giving them right to be included into the Russian Empire onto their own rights. Something like that, like autonomous republic, sub-republic, or something like that, or lands with special status inside of territory of Russian Empire. So basically, this is all we know. This is all we know. I mean, everybody knows that. So let's proceed. So Vladimir Putin would tell about the fact that there was influence and Polishing onto Polish influence onto minds of exploited nation, because like Indian Empire, I mean like British made India to be a colony, suppressed, anglified, westernized it everything. I mean India lost its identity due to England interfere. So let's come back. So onto this topic, Vladimir Putin would speak in first 15 minutes nearly, so you can fix the point of manipulation and assimilation and exploiting, and this you will find out.
Ukraine. So our opinion would be to view it in that light, as a sincere expression of what he thinks. And with that, here it is.
Mr. President, thank you. On February 22nd, 2022, you addressed your country in a nationwide address when the conflict in Ukraine started. And you said that you were acting because you had come to the conclusion that the United States, through NATO, might initiate a, quote, surprise attack on our country. And to American ears, that sounds paranoid. Tell us why you believe the United States might strike Russia out of the blue. How did you conclude that?
It's not that America, the United States, was going to launch a surprise strike on Russia. I didn't say that. Are we having a talk show or a serious conversation?
1 minute.
Here's the quote.
I would switch to original Russian, so I can translate that things which were not properly or exactly or emotionally properly translated, I mean delivered to you. So let's start. Putin tells that I don't think in that way you say. There is like no such option inside of my mind. So I don't know, I don't think that America was starting to make some operations or some actions. So he's putting his own point of view onto this. He's asking, is it some popular show, or we are speaking professionally, profoundly, openly, and are you interested in things how they directly are? What I exactly think, how is it is really going, or just we're making a fake show to satisfy, I would like to say, somebody's appetites of some kind of people.
Here's the quote. Thank you. It's a formidable series.
So, if it is going to be serious discussion, profound discussion, objective, like if you really want to get direct things from me, So I would tell you.
Ну, поскольку у вас базовое образование историческое, насколько я понимаю.
And as soon as I understand, you are man of history, as your first profession, as your first sounds like first degree, so first graduation onto a topic of history.
Yes. Тогда я позволю себе просто вот 30 секунд или 1 минуту маленькую историческую справку.
So I would try to, Putin says that I will try to present a little bit of history to your point of view, to your understanding, to your deliberation onto this topic, how how it all was going.
Вы не против?
Would you mind? Don't you mind?
Please. Вот смотрите, с чего начались наши отношения с Украиной?
Please look at this. From where that point began, where point of Ukraine arrived. What is the pretext? What is the history?
Откуда она взялась, Украина?
Where from did Ukraine come as an entity? Not even just a country.
Российское государство стало собираться как централизованное. Это считается.
There is a time when first so the first time in history when Russia has appeared as like statehood, nationhood, as an entity onto a historic area, as fully probably as a fully formed state or nation, or I mean nearly country, probably.
Это считается годом создания российского государства.
Which is counted as Russian nation was born as like state in.
Когда Новгород есть такой, 862 год. Когда Новгород.
So 863. How do you spell it? Not before Christ, but after Christ. present time. AD. So it was our country, fully described, fully existing in fully autonomous Russian country, Русь. It has as a base at a state of Novgorod. And since that, all the history of Rus country began. There is some details that first Slovenian decided to. It's not very much important things. It's just to be according to the letter of history. Probably I'm not right, but I look at this point in such a way. Probably Vladimir Putin sees more importance on that fact. So at 1000, or like you call it 1863, Russian Federation, Russia was celebrating its 1000 age old. I mean, no, you understood. So it's a very like vast ocean of history of existing this nation, and with great roots, and you will see the next.
Посвященный тысячелетию страны. 882 преемник Рюрика, князь Олег, который выполнял по сути функции регента при малолетнем сыне Рюрика. Рюрик умер в это время, к этому времени, пришел в Киев, отстранил от власти двух братьев, которые, судя по всему, были когда-то членами дружины Рюрика.
И таким образом Россия начала развиваться, имея два центра – в Киеве и в Львове.
So he's telling that there was a small child of king and was a senior regent who was ruling the country while the successor was young, and some things came that Russia had become having two centers.
Следующая очень значимая дата в истории России.
And there was a lot of small, like in Ukraine it's like hetman, but in Russia, in Rus, it is like knyaz, like states, so like president of the state. So Rus has some form where there was different sub-region under the specific son of a king or something like that. So all the dynasty was in ruling some states inside of the king, inside of the main kingdom. So it was called, like in USA it's called state, in Russia it was called like княжество, so sub-region of the country.
Да, это серьезный разговор. Но поскольку у вас базовое образование...
Because your basic education is in history, as far as I understand.
Yes.
I'm sorry, wrong.
988 год – это крещение Руси, когда князь Владимир...
So all we were having like monotheism, but a lot of small lords, also Lord of Sky, Lord of Rain, and so on. And there was also main god, but Christianity came, and Christianity united all the kingdoms, all the states, все княжества, all княжества together, and sent him to Saint King Vladimir. He has united all the Rus into one very powerful, united by faith and united by spirit, united by everything. He bring in new air, and there was like different kings, sub-kings, I mean knyaz, different state presidents has a different face into different demigods. Somebody has more tendency to follow the goddess of earth, for example, or to the demigod of rain, or demigod of this or of that, and it has brought some, I believe, some separation mood, some disagreements, and some superiority feelings, because everybody who has a faith, he must have a faith that my understanding is the one which is proper, and my understanding of God is perfect and maximal properly. So there was some curling, not external ones, but more internal, I believe. I'm not very great in history, but with coming of King Vladimir, we call him Saint King Vladimir, either in Russia, either in Ukraine. He is a saint, and he bring to us the Christianity. I hope I spelled properly. So not just simple Christianity, but Christianity brought to Slovenian world but they speak one language and has one face, basically. And King Vladimir united all the territories, all the Vladimir, Knyaz the Saint, is a main figure in Russian, Ukrainian, both history, and I'm trying to find the size of empire that time, and here he is speaking about Christianity. So that is a map of those times. So here you see Russia is coming almost till Crimea, but Crimea was under the Pechenegi, and those Pechenegs were attacking Russia, and in some time they invade and get a response and lost. They put their leaves onto a map. I mean, they throw a dice to attack us, to enslave us, to dominate over us, and get response, and we lost. And while fighting came until they put on to stop the aggression, we had fought them, like with fascism, with Nazi, with Hitler. We fight back. We lost half and then fight back, and diminished, destroyed enemies, or achieved the point of their aggression were stopped by some peaceful agreements. So like that. So always there were some aggressors attacking onto Russia. And so let's see. Here is Russia. Here is Kiev. You can see it's Kiev, and Kiev is in Russia. Here is Dnieper River, the main river, I believe, in Europe, and it starts in Novgorod, basically. I'm not sure, but it starts in Russia and flows through Ukraine. So basically, this is one country, and during some curlings between presidents of states, every president, every knyaz has sat down into his own city, like Kiev, Novgorod, and so others, Smolensk, and I don't remember, and Chernihiv also. And in some time King Sviatoslav united everything under the flag of Christianity, of united faith. So you see, Crimea still was not in Russia, or either in Ukraine, or nowhere. It was under the probably the nation was closer to Turkish, I believe, or Genghis Khan's, like something like that. Nation.
So if you don't mind, I will take only 30 seconds or 1 minute to give you a short reference to history for giving you a little historical back.
I'm sorry, I'm unfocused.
Правнук Рюрика крестил Русь, принял православие, восточную часть христианства. Восточную христианство. С этого времени
President Putin says that it's Eastern Christianity. I don't know what do it mean, but basically we call it Pravoslavia or Orthodox Christianity in your English translation on the official translation by Tucker Carlson team.
начало укрепляться централизованное российское государство. Там
And since that time, united Russian state kind, nation and country started to shine powerfully, because united territory, united agriculture, united manufacture, united language, not united but single, not united but one language. The language was one, the face was one, agriculture and production, manufacturing, everything was one, nation was one, nation is one.
и после крещения Руси одна вера.
and one single face become and one single king. So here how has started the Russian statehood, state kind nation in the terms of country.
Но в силу разных причин после
There was some different things
престола наследия
going on.
древние уже времена, средние века, Ярослава Мудрого, чуть-чуть попозже, после того, как он
Some time later, after things we were discussing,
нашел их жизни, престольное наследие было сложным, передавалось не на
after death of Yaroslav the Wise, you can also find who is. It's one of our very important figure. It's on our banknote. Here is him. It's about 1000 age till 1000 AD till 1054. So you can read. So Rostov, Novgorod is a cities of Russia, you know, and Grand Prince of Kiev. So you can see it's Ukrainian hryvnia, our money, and you see here is Yaroslav the Wise, and he always was here, and he is also. This is Bogdan Khmelnytsky, which asked a Tsar for help. So he is onto a 5 hryvnia. Here is 1 hryvnia. It's Saint Vladimir Великий, who has united all the Rus, about whom Vladimir Putin speaks. Saint King Vladimir. Here is Ivan Mazepa, one of the hetmans close to Yaroslav Mudry, in time I mean close. We will see about him, his hetman. And it always was him, Ivan Mazepa. And this is literature poet Ivan Franko. He also speak about enslavery, mastery, I believe, some poems of his. Probably not more later personality. And yes, it's like 1856. While Taras Shevchenko was close, almost the same years, nearly 50 years difference between Taras Shevchenko, you see. So 50 years difference only. It's 50 hryvnia, it's Soviet times, Mikhailo Grushevsky, and probably also pro-Ukrainian leader. And here is, I believe, Taras Shevchenko. So all important personalities you can see onto our money. So no any Bandera or something like that you hear now. There is no any of them. You see, no any of them. This is all kinds of money. It's Viktor Yanukovych, but it's not true. Probably it's just a joke. Just a joke. It's also a joke. It's Taras Shevchenko. Prepare to the earth. I would not speak onto this topic. He is speaking great things, but in very funny way. Not great things, but I believe proper things, but in very comedic way, because he is a boxer and has. Would not speak onto this. It's not properly. He was a legend in Ukraine. Till that moment, he became a senior of the Kiev, and since then he became even more legend. But it cannot be translated. Why? You must listen to him in original Russian language or Ukrainian language. Mainly all Ukrainians were speaking Russian until these things has happened. They interpret Ukrainian people this due to mass media, TV and YouTube and all other things making propaganda. Now all Ukrainian doesn't speak even Russian. Я сам из России, я всегда говорил по-русски, я из Херсона. I'm originally from Kherson, and any people in Kherson speaks Russian. Any people in Crimea speaks Russian. Almost half of Ukraine speaks Russian. Basically, even our president Yanukovych is speaking Russian, and 51% or 55% were supporting him, and he speaks Russian. And one of his point was make Russian a second language, second national language, because it really is. So only Ukrainian language we were studying only at school, not even in superior organizations like university and so on. Everywhere we were speaking Russian. Nobody into school, shop, no one was speaking Ukrainian except the teacher, professor of Ukrainian language. She was always speaking Ukrainian, basically in life also. I appreciate her. She was very nice. But by the way, she was only like 22, 23 years old girl, I believe. And we were like 13, 15, 11, like that. But she was, now at 32, I understand what kind of work did she, and she's very great woman now, I believe woman. But she was like a superior sister in that time, but senior girl and uncle. I mean, we never thought that she was equal to us, because like 12 years difference or like 7 years difference when you are 11 years old, it's great difference. It's not a difference when you are 30 and your wife is like 39 or 22. It's not a big difference, I believe, especially if you are 40 and or 50 and she is 42. It's not a difference while age coming bigger. But in that time, I need to appreciate that. And ми легко розмовляли українською мовою, бо вона нас вчила добре. І вона нам всім подобалась, добре відносилась до нас. І so we can easily speak Ukrainian thanks to her. So let's continue. So basically every Ukrainian can easily speak Ukrainian language, but never do. Even politics did never speak Ukrainian till this interaction, which were heated by mass media. They gave a hit to that, make provocation, make some brainwashing. Now even my mother speaks Ukrainian, but nobody ever has spoken Ukrainian language in our family. Our grandfather, father of my mom, is from Siberia. He is Russian, and we always go like, you understand. So I just want to present to you the point of view which I have, and because I do not watch TV, I left my country when there was some issue with Crimea, and we had some festival of spiritual things in Crimea, and so we changed the place to met a festival in also subtropical southern city, but in Russia, because it's like 1 hour to go by train. And I set a route settled in Russia because of some spiritual things. I was far from watching TV, some propaganda, and it makes very difficult changes, very severe changes into minds of people who watch TV, watch news, watch some popular people says. So it's easily brainwashed. It's like marketing. I'm working also in marketing and programming, and I understand what attention, interest, desire, action, and everything. It's seeding slowly and watering slowly, and that it sprouts and gives its fruits, bitter fruits. So let's continue, brothers.
Прямого от отца к старшему сыну, а от ушедшего из жизни князя, его брату, потом сыновьям по разным линиям. Все это привело к раздробленности Руси, единого государства, которое начало складываться как единое. Привело к раздробленности. Ничего особенного в этом нет, то же самое происходило в Европе. Но раздробленное русское государство стало легкой добычей той империи, которую строил когда-то Чингисхан. Его преемники.
So came some divisions between sons. Every son got his own state, and due to this division and some probably childish ego, I think there arise some little division. And Genghis Khan, and also not like Genghis Khan, but his some successors. So he raised an empire, Mongol Empire, and here we get Khazars. So slowly we see here is Sudak, it's Crimea city. It's like Simferopol here, and also other things. Simferopol is like 10 miles from Sudak. So this is Novgorod, Kiev, and you see they started some kind of invasion. River Volga, River Dnipro River, and Russian territories, including Kiev. Still Kiev is Russian territory, and we are the one things, but you see this region is not under the control like anymore. So some brothers ruling over the states inside of Rus has some troubles, and due to some kind of diversities of sometimes some curlings had some trouble, and some territories came to Hanbati. So Hanbati, let's check it. It's Zolotaya Orda, Golden Eagle. So let's find it. I will show you only main things, because I'm not. Destruction of the capital of Vladimir Suzdalsky. So it's a city of Russian Federation, of Russia. I mean of Rus. So they invaded to Central Europe. Why invaded? Because there was some climate problems, and it was becoming colder in some places. Axis of Earth has rotated, and tropical, subtropical, weather has changed drastically. Moscow has never had a snow onto it. We had got palms, bananas here in Moscow, but now Moscow is like territory of winter, snow, beers, and like that. But some catastrophe has came onto Earth's level. And so it's not like problem, but every time an empire born, the reason is because all other nations has been damaged basically by some water floods, some disease, some plague you. I don't speak coronavirus, but and other things. You see what's going on here. So you might wonder what is this, and who is standing at the top, and what is the sphere, and why is the clay is going from the sky, and why the people are struggling to survive into it. So it's dark history, it's hard things, harsh things that has happened to our earth, and it's happening nearly every, I believe, like 600-800 of years. You can know that ancient Egypt has fallen, but was very well feeling. Ancient Rome fall. England has colonized everything, and Genghis Khan has colonized everything. Alexander of Macedonia has colonized everything. So every time it was not due to rise of their power, but due to fall of other nations. So let's continue, let's come back. So thanks to God, everything is going on nicely for nearly like 500 years, thanks to Lord. So let's come back to the topic. And Vladimir Putin says that Han Bati has exploited, like thieved, I don't know how to say, has theft, has stole, I don't know, has take away, deprive, bereave some of territories, some kind of valuable things, etc. Girls were stolen and enslaved. This is the history of Ukraine. All the time our girls has been stolen by some southern, western people. So all the time, like Poland's, Khazars, I mean Turkish, like all the time our girl been taken away with using power, not by own will. So here we go, Mongolian attack. Let's switch it to the English. So Mongolian invasion of Kievan Rus. And I need a map so you can understand. So Russia, Kiev, Rus, Russia and Ukraine, this is the same basically. So here is Crimea, as you see. Here is territory of Ukraine, and you see very small part of it, only Kiev and around this was still Kursk, Russian city, Kiev, Ukrainian city, Chernigov, Ukrainian city. So nearly this is territory of present Ukraine. So Khersones, Sudak, Simferopol, neither of this, and Crimea. Also Kherson, southern region of Ukraine, of fields and agriculture, was not in territory, was not in due to problems with invasion, etc. So nearly saying. So how can we understand what was here? It's just Kievan Rus. It's not a result of attack. I want to see map for result of attack. So what did they took away? So Golden Horde, he's a come. He took Volga, Russian River, Vladimir city. Where is legend to the map? So here is Golden Horde till Donetsk. Donetsk is still in Rus. Chernihiv, Novgorod, Donetsk. Kherson is closely here, somewhere close to Carlson, I believe. Somewhere here. It's Kherson state, Kherson region. Here. And this is Crimea region. Probably Kherson is little more smaller, I mean. So, okay. I can find a map, so probably you can investigate what was going on till that time. Probably I can try to switch to Russian, and here is a proper map. We can see that lands were disastered, destroyed, and burned out. Some lands were destroyed, thieved, stolen, enslaved, destroyed, but the main city has survived, and lands were not. How do you translate it? Give me some second, please. I'm sorry. Let's try to translate into English. Devastated, but not devastated due to nature, but due to their action, due to their exploitation, due to their attack, due to their fire, due to their invasion, due to their warfare. Not only warfare, but they were like barbarian. They were devastating everything, stolen everything, sexually exploiting girls, and so on. Basically, it was harsh times for them. So you can see that Kiev was taken away, Vladimir was taken away, Ryazan, Murom, second Vladimir city, Rostov city, Moscow, Tver, all the main cities were taken away by Khazars, including Kiev, including all the territory of Ukraine, which you know as now. So it was difficult times for Rus because of invasion. It was not we to start warfare, we were those one who defend always. We are not who start a war, we are who defending. So, because great territories we have, and some probably earth conflicts were very difficult, and other countries were devastated by world problems, earth problems, and we also were devastated. We also were weakened by global disasters, as were also they, but they decided to attack and took by fire and sword, and we did never. So it is time 1237, so 1237. Probably it would be surprising to the people of United States, to Americans, that so long history, but basically European, Portuguese, Columbus has discovered the America, and slowly it becomes north and south, slavery and agricultural, and more strict northern people, and your civil war range was due to that point of slavery. But I believe also probably some earth conflict has come, some disaster, but I'm not sure. But in that time we can see that on the photo of America also we can see the same things, that people are washing out the buildings out of 3 meters, I mean, how would you tell this, 30 feet 30 feet, 2 meters, 3 meters high, clay 3 meters high has fallen on the ground, and devastated fields, devastated buildings, dig in buildings, not dig out, so you have to dig it out. So all the times we have like every 2 meters deeper we have another civilization. So it's not a secret for any of archaeologists. So let's continue.
Южная часть, где был Киев, кстати говоря, некоторые другие города.
So he said that we lost southern part of Rus.
Утратили самостоятельность, а северные города, они сохранили часть своего суверенитета. Владели.
And northern cities has survived by paying all the time great contributions, and they survived and was not assimilated, was not there is a specific Ukrainian word, I'll try to translate it directly from Ukrainian, because only in Ukrainian languages there is some it's basically like grabbed, took by force, by no right at all, but no any god or human right onto the territory. This territory was took away. So basically it's like invader, but rather aggressor, but not aggressor, like usurper. It's proper. It's proper. So they were usurpied or something like that. I cannot spell properly, but this is proper word. Proper word. So north of Rus state. State Russian.
В центре, в Москве, начало складываться единое российское государство. Южная часть.
And then slowly Russian Empire becomes rising.
Русских земель, включая Киев. Оно начало постепенно тянуться к другому магниту, к тому центру, который складывался в Европе. Это было Литовское, Великое Литовское княжество.
So northern parts has saved little part of the independence and the nation, but the southern parts, Vladimir Putin says, started to be magneted by new center of power, which was arising in Europe, and it was Lithuania, Litovia, also it's one of the occupant of our Ukraine, or probably not. I don't remember exactly against them. I do not remember. So how do this been spoken in English? Lithuanian. Oh, okay, you understood me. Yes. So some territories. Oh my God. Territories. Why is this is so difficult for me to pronounce this day? I don't know what's happening to my tongue. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sincerely sorry, but I cannot influence onto that. I can't do anything. Can't do nothing, unfortunately.
Его даже называли литовско-русское, потому что русские составляли значительную часть этого государства.
So basically, everything came under the Lithuania, and because of there was so much of Russian people speaking Russian, it even was called like Lithuania Rus. Let's find it out. So here is Lithuanian Rus united under the Lithuania. So you can see this is Golden Horde here of Han Bati. Here is Rus original. It's like state of Moscow. It's like state of Ryazan. It's Tver kingdom, like княжество state. So and here is Lithuania. Yes, we see that Lithuania started here with king of Mindov, Troiden, Gedimin, Olgerd, Keistut, Vitoft, and so on. And this expansion has started. They started to fight with Golden Horde and fought them back, but they took our territories. So they fought with Han with probably Golden Horde, I mean fought Golden Horde, and they got Dnieper River, Kiev, Smolensk Russian city, Mogilov Russian city, Rogachev Russian city. Probably no. Probably, but how? No? I don't know. For this region, I don't know. It is not inside of Ukraine. It's basically probably Belarus here. So I'm not geography, I'm not in historical. I just want to translate some things and to deliver them to you. That things which I can understand, which I can feel as I can feel. So it's my point of view, it's my understanding based on Ukrainian history, live in Ukraine, our nation things, before I left it after things with Crimea started happened. So here is Kiev, it's Ukrainian, Zhytomyr is Ukrainian, basically this is Ukrainian modern territory, Poltava also, but Bratslav is not Ukrainian territory, so we can see that Lithuania took a lot of things concerned to modern Ukrainian territory, so also Poltava is Ukrainian, but Belgorod, Kursk is Russian, so Minsk, Rus, but Белорussia now. Smolensk, Russia. Vezma, Drogobush, Russia. Tver, Moscow, Russia. So some new conflict arose. Our territory now started to become under Lithuania. So this is Slavs. This is Slavyane. This is we, Rus, Russian, Slavyane, but now they not under the Mongolo-Tatars horde, but they are now under the European Lithuania. So let's find what's going on next. It's 1487 or 150, 37, 140, 100. I'm sorry, 105,037 AD. So slowly we are coming that as just Ukrainian didn't have been released from Golden Horde, but was usurped by Lithuania. So we are coming here. So like Vladimir Putin says that there was never a state called Ukraine. There was never had been a land with rights of country called Ukraine. Basically, this is Russia, and during some wars it was invaded and usurped by Golden Horde and then by Lithuania. And it took some time for Russian Empire to arise, to unite properly, because lot of presidents of every state could not, I suppose, could not unite their powers of their armies to fight back. So let's continue on to this moment, on to this note. They all spoke ancient Russian.
Затем произошло объединение, уния Великого княжества Литовского и Польского.
So, and then here comes united. Lithuania has united with Poland. And so now I believe why did Poland united with Lithuania? Probably some, I don't know, probably some king's interaction or or some warfare, I don't know. So now let's try to find. So here is Poland, here is Kievan Rus, Lithuania. Oh my god, she is so big onto this map. So let's find another maps. Next one. Let's see next one. King, Stanislav, August, Tadeusz, Katyushka. It's Holocaust. It's Hitler, Nazism, who devastated Jews and kills lots of people just only because they were Jews. And so we can see the map. Here is Ukraine, so-called. Here is Germany territories. Vilna is for Poland, I believe. So I can't understand this map. I'm sorry, it's too hard for me to read Poland maps because I know only Ukrainian history, and also Poland has some different, I believe, some sub-states, but I never use it. Some territories with own flags. So let's check. In 1609, Sigismund King invaded Russia, which was engulfed in civil war. And a year later, the Polish winged Hussars units under Stanislav Zolkiewski occupied Moscow for 2 years after defeating the Russians in Klushino. Sigismund also countered the Ottoman Empire, Turkish Empire in southeast. So there was happening lots of bullshit onto the territory of Europe and Russia, and very harsh things was happening, conquering, over conquering, and over conquering. So we see now the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in 1619. So Russia lost Smolensk, Minsk, probably Minsk is not, yes. So here is Kiev. All Ukraine territory is under the Polish kняжество, I mean statehood. So you can see here is Chernichevsky state, Kazatsky state, Bratislavsky state, Podolsky state, Ruski state. One more. Who is here? I don't know. Krakovsky, I mean Novgorodsky territory. So okay, so we see that where is Crimea? Golden Horse still take Kherson and Crimea, I believe. So here is Cossacks already. Already this territory was called by Polish and Lithuanian invaders and usurpates as Cossacks. So Cossacks has already counteract to Horde, Golden Horde, to Polish masters and to Lithuanian. So they were sprouting national Russian national Slavs spirit blooms and fought back from the inside, because the face was another face. Our face was being violated, suppressed, I believe. So nothing that I was bring of myself. This is all the basic knowledge. So now we see that Rus, Russian Empire, Russian Federation, Russian Kingdom has felt some difficulties, but still we see that it is blooming and it is great. But this territory is under constant ego, constant yoke, constant usurpate, exploiting, and all these things are shown in the history of Ukraine, in the Ukraine literature and poetry. Lesia Ukrainka, Taras Shevchenko. You can. Ukrainka is translated like Ukrainian. Lesia the Ukrainian. Basically is called like Larissa, daughter of Peter Larissa Kosach Kwitka, which can be translated like flower. So let's find it out in English. Thanks to Wikipedia, or how do you call it, how do you pronounce, I don't know. So it's Lesia Ukrainka. And we can read her вірші, it's poetry, drama, prose. Also difficult things. Contra spam sparrow, without, I will try to translate. I have a hope against having no any hope. I breathe without having any hope, or like I still cherish a hope without having a no hope to have a hope. So like this, it's 1980, it's close to 1900. So let's try to find it out. What was the time of slavery? What was the time? It probably would be also some poetical translation, I believe. I don't know how does it come to life. Get out thoughts, your autumn clothes. So now the spring has come. Whether so in regret, in lamentation, will I spend all my years of life? No. No matter I have tears, no matter I cry, I would like to forcefully laugh. I would like to forcefully make myself smile. In the midst of disasters, I will force myself to sing a song. Without a hope, still hope. I want to live. I'm on poor sad hill, will sow a colorful flowers, so they can shine into the winter cold. Onto them I will shed my bitter tears. And all the poetry is in that time, because this was very difficult times, all the time of usurpation against Ukraine. From Lithuania, hordes, golden horde. I keep looking for leading star, the clear mistress of dark night. Yes, I will laugh through my tears. In the midst of disaster, force me myself to sing a song, without hope. I will forcefully still have hope. I will forcefully still live. Get lost, my sad thoughts. So it's like long hundreds of years of usurpation. So it's not empty words, it's harsh, difficult story under our land, of our Ukraine. And we only just becoming some infants, feeling our power, feeling our struggle, and trying to fight back our senior brother, our parents. Don't think that something bad is going on, just we are Russia has saved us. Russia gave us autonomy, Russia gave us defense, territory, our political will. Russia always give a nationality to nations, give territories to nations. Nations being nations when get inside of Russian Federation, they got they states, but not lose. So I will continue. So I want to say that Slavs, Russians, Rus, Slovenian Rus always gave, never took, always defense, never attack, always protect and cherish, nourish and support. And Bogdan Khmelnytsky asked King of Russia to save, and those Cossacks' territory was Orthodox Christianity. It's called for us Pravoslavia, and it is very important for every having faith that he is in Pravoslavia. So let me show you, probably, if you can find it out anywhere in Wikipedia, probably, how does it spelled. So let's find it out. What is the map? It's proper give me some minute. So it's like called like proper glorifying of the God. So proper glorifying, it's proglifying, probably Pravoslavia. So let's switch to English if it exists. It doesn't exist. So it's all we have. It's our face. It's where did it came from? Can I translate it to you? I can translate, but should I? So this is the third kind of Christianity. We have like 300 million people. It's the second. Also there is a Protestants, 800 millions, and 1 billion of Catholics. So I believe Catholics here is in Wikipedia, and Protestants also here is, and Europe, basically our Russian Europe, Belarus, Russia, Ukraine, they are Pravoslavные. They are orthodoxal into your translation. Probably you don't know what is orthodoxal, but this is the third in Christianity world. They are founded on the Bible, on original text, on original things, not changing anything, like orthodoxal, very keeping the letter of original manuscripts. So how you can translate it? Probably you can put something like Yandex translation and translate a site. Let me translate Yandex, translate.yandex.ru. Ru means for Russian, so you can put a link here, sites, text, examples, sites, change English, Russian to English, and put here ru.wikipedia.org wiki Pravoslavia, and you get a link, and started to translate. Orthodoxy, tracing paper from the Greek, correct glorification of God, historically in the sense of correct opinion, correct reading of the Bible, one of the main and oldest trends in Christianity, developed during the first millennium in Byzantium, during the era of the seven ecumenical. It ranks third in terms of population, about 300 million people among the Christian trends after Catholics and Protestants. Orthodoxy, in the sense of the word, which considers itself, in contrast to heresies, as a confession of the true apostolic faith. So, if you need that, you can go deeper inside of that, and this is our Orthodox original, or like something like that, keeping the purity of Bible understanding. So I'm not very powerful at that things, to know them or to translate them or to speak onto these topics, but you see, this is the third one main stream in Christianity from the oldest ancient time. So let's continue. Thank you for watching, thank you for understanding, for following my idea, for everything. I appreciate it.
И часть православных священников подчинилась власти Папы Римского. И таким образом вот эти земли.
And here Vladimir Putin says that under the Lithuanian Poland yoke, so usurpation, there was influence of Papa of the Rome, and Christianity, our Orthodox Christianity, was slowly also influenced and brainwashing people, slowly marketizing them to another things, and slowly the influence of Orthodox probably was not influence, but we were fighting for them. We Ukrainians were fighting for them, and Bogdan Khmelnytsky asked to help. So Vladimir Putin would now tell that.
Оказались в составе польско-литовского государства.
Because Poland and Lithuanian probably... Okay.
Но поляки в течение десятилетий занимались ополячиванием.
He says that Poland during dozens of years were making Ukrainian to brainwash to Polish style, brainwashing, or polizing, or let's do official translation. It's taken from Ukrainian, but it's Russian pronouncing. Pollination, like polishing, but not polishing, by making to be I understood. So influence, constant influence, to having subordinate position, and to diminish original spirit, to bring Poland spirit to the minds of Russian people, of Rus people, of Slavs.
Язык внедряли туда свой. Стали внедрять идею о том, что это Да, это серьезно разговор.
I'm sorry for that.
Что поскольку они живут.
And Vladimir Putin says that one of the tools of Lithuanian Poland usurpation was brainwashing, to tell them that they are divided from us, they are different from us, they are not Russian, because there was a tendency to always constant tendency I need some time. It's Ukrainian. Russian is here. For rioting, for rebellion, for rising, because it was so something like that. A present of the Ukrainian Cossacks against the Polish lords, a present of enslaved people. And Cossacks was translating like free man. So Cossack is translating like a free man. I don't know whether it said somewhere from Ukrainian history. And Cossacks were Eastern Slavic Orthodox Christian people, our people, Rus people, Russian people. So you can find the Cossacks, Dnieper, Don, they were living there, based there, and were confronting. Here is the wild fields, and they were trying to take it under control, fighting weak lords from Poland. So slowly, 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 they struggled for national spirit, for freedom. Here you can see that they killing Tatar. You can see they killing, fighting. Here is Bogdan Khmelnytsky to enter Kiev. One of the hetmans. So let's continue. Let's come back. And Vladimir Putin tells that Lithuanian provoked that they are edgers, not Russians but edgers, and edger is in Russian is called like Okraina or Ukraina, so it's Ukraine. So there is a country, Kraina, and there is an edge of country or length close to edge of country, so Okraina, edge of the country, Kraina and Okraina. Okraina like Ukraine. That thing that is in or under the edge, so not out of the edge but under, lying under the edge from our side. So under state, under Kraina, Ukraina. So something like that he is meaning. And Lithuanian use that to put a mindset of people of that region during 200, 300, how much ego was going on there, yoke, how many was going on there, Huns and Lithuanians and Poland. So how long, how many hundreds of years Ukraine lived in slavery. And Lithuania started to brainwash also that you are another nation. Relax, live with us, stay how you are. Do not fight for your independence, for your faith, for your original lands that belong to you. Relax, you are another, you are not Russian.
Украинец означало, что человек живет на окраине государства Украины. Или занимается
Vladimir Putin tells the second translation of word Ukraine, Ukraina. That means that H also like border. So somebody who are standing for a border is Ukrainец, is Ukrainian. It's Russian language, Russian word, and not modern Russian, but mainly in modern Russian sounds the same, like in original ancient Russian, which is called Staroslavyansky. You can find it also. It's liturgical Slavs language. Let's find it in English. Old Church Slavonic or Slavonic, yes. So if you want, you can investigate all the things, explore them. I had a little tired. Also, let's continue to the main topic.
пограничной службой, по сути дела. Это не означало какой-то особой этнической группы.
So Ukraine means border Russians.
Ну так вот.
Russians living at border.
В принципе, относились вот к этой части.
So Polish trying to Polonize, to and Poland to brainwash. I mean,
Русских земель достаточно жестко.
the Russian territories with aggression.
Все это привело к тому, что эта часть русских земель начала бороться за свои права.
So, and that forcefully brainwashing from Poland, Lithuania brings that the people arised. People start fighting for their rights, for their faith, for their
И писали письма в
identity.
Варшаву, требуя соблюдения своих прав.
And they put a letter to Warsaw, to Poland, that we demand to support our rights on faith.
С тем, чтобы сюда присылали, в том числе в Киев, присылали людей. Can you tell us what period that? Когда это я уже потерял, когда это было?
What time it was you're speaking about?
Какие годы? Это было в 13 это было в 13-14 веке.
So 13, 14 century is exactly here. So this is 13th century, this is 15th century. Basically, this is how it's counting. So so let's find it out. Probably I remember that it's going backward. So 13th century is 1301 till 14 exactly 1400. So everything's properly. So it's 13th century. It's 14th century. So, or I don't know what do this refer for. I'm sorry, I'm not historical. I hope you would sorry me for that. So this is time division from some map, which I do not remember exactly which one. You can move video backward to so nearly these times. So I'm not, this doesn't matter exactly. It's just to show like lifespan. So 13.
Значит, и
13th century.
я сейчас скажу, что было дальше, и назову.
And what comes next? I will tell you a certain date.
В 1654 году, чуть раньше даже, люди, которые контролировали власть вот в этой части русских земель, обращались в Варшаву.
In 1654 or earlier, people who were in control of that lands, of that Russian lands, our Russian people, Ukrainian people, they sent a letter to main city of Poland, Warsaw,
Повторяю, с требованием, чтобы присылали
to
к ним
demand
направление людей русского происхождения и
that the leaders of the cities, commanders, or I mean pans who control everything, were not
православного вероисповедания.
were orthodox.
Когда Варшава им, в принципе, ничего не ответила и практически
Warsaw ignored them.
отвергла эти требования.
They said them to get lost.
В Москву, чтобы Москва их забрала.
And these Ukrainian Russian guys, hetmans, I believe it was Bogdan Khmelnytsky exactly, oh, Yaroslav, Bogdan Khmelnytsky, Ataman, hetman, I believe, they asked Moscow for protection.
Брала себе.
They took us,
Чтобы
for us
думали, что я что-то придумал.
to be under your protection, under your defense, so we can be with our
Я вам отдам вот эти
people
It doesn't sound like you're inventing it.
under our face together. And Vladimir Putin prepared all the documents. I'll show you some half. I had already shown you some half of them, some part of them. And now the president of Russian Federation has gifted to Carlson, Tucker Carlson, all that copies of original documents where Ukrainian spirit of people, embodiment of Ukrainian spirit of nationalism, of nation, of tradition, ask back to the roots, came back to the roots with their own will to be united, to be defended by Rus, by Russian Empire.
Я не думаю, что вы что-то выдумываете. Нет, нет, нет.
Нет, это все-таки документы из архива, копии.
So this is the copies of documents from archives,
Письма.
letters.
Письма Богдана Хмельницкого.
Letter of Bogdan Khmelnytsky. So let's translate a letter of Bogdan Khmelnytsky. You can so let's find it. Let me translate it first, as it is, how it is, and then we will go to the origin document. So, in brief, in this letter, Bogdan Khmelnytsky asked the Russian king Alexei Mikhailovich to accept Ukraine into Russian citizenship. Russia rejected the request of Zaporozhye Cossacks due to the difficult internal situation in the country and unpreparedness for war with Poland. They asked second time, and only in the autumn in 1653, at the Zemsky Sobor in Moscow, it was decided that Russia were ready to accept left bank Ukraine Cossacks, Ukrainian Russian Cossacks, Rus, our Slovenian Orthodox Christianity, back into their citizenship. I remember to you that this is our territory, which were under the usurpation of Golden Horde, next under the Lithuanian, and then under the Poland for long hundred of years. And in January, the 8th of January, in 1654, the Pereyaslav Rada of Ukraine or of Russia, I don't remember who are them, decided to incorporate part of the Ukrainian lands controlled by the Zaporozhian army into the Russian, under the Russian defense, into the Russian territory on the specific autonomous right. So let's find origin manuscript or something like that. So I'm sorry, exactly Bogdan Khmelnytsky, not Yaroslav Mudry, but Bogdan Khmelnytsky. In the beginning of the video I probably said replaced names one by another. So let's find it out. Should we translate or not? We will go directly to Bogdan Khmelnytsky, and all the history of his actions probably would be represented in English. I hope not in the less, probably not in the less amount. So Polish assessment. Khmelnytsky's role in the history of the Polish state has been viewed mostly in a negative light. The rebellion of 1648 proved to be the end of the golden age of the Commonwealth, post-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and the beginning of its demise. Although it survived the rebellion and the following war within 100 years, it was divided amongst Russia. So even in English Wikipedia, it is said that Ukrainian was divided for 100 years amongst Russia. So what would you tell me? Prussia and Austria and the partitions of Poland. Many Poles, probably it's comma, so okay, okay, you understand why I'm laughing, yes, because I didn't, I don't know what would be angry comment under this, my fault, so, but you understand, my point of view is that this is Russian territories, always was. Many Poles blamed Khmelnytsky for the decline of the Commonwealth. Khmelnytsky has been a subject for several works of fiction, Russian and Soviet history. The official Russian historiography stressed the fact that Khmelnytsky entered into union with Moscow Tsar Alexei Mikhailovich with an expressed desire to reunify Ukraine with Russia. This view was corresponded with the official theory of Moscow as an heir of the Kievan Rus, which appropriately gathered its former territory. Khmelnytsky was viewed as a national hero, I showed you Hrivnya with his face, for bringing Ukraine into the eternal union of all the Russias, Great Russia and Little Russia, Great Russia and Little Ukraine, and White Russia, Belarus. As such, he was much respected and venerated during the existence of the Russian Empire. His role was presented as a model for all Ukrainians to follow, to aspire for closer ties with Great Russia. This view was expressed in monument commissioned by the Russian nationalist Mikhail Yusefovich, which was installed in the center of Kiev in 1888. Russian authorities decided the original version of the monument, so, okay, it's not the way we are interested in. This we had already seen. So let's find original of letter. It's Russian Wikipedia. It is more great, more everything about this. Let me probably translate to you. But I still want to find a letter. It's not difficult to find it, but I'm jumping here and there to show you all the consequences of all the actions I do. Give me some time, please. Probably for this video I would be blamed in Ukraine as a counter-agent, or probably even be killed for that. I hope I would not. It's so harsh time of nationalism, really, and all the people who are against are murdered, basically murdered. You know probably this if you are watching news, not American news, but so Bogdan Khmelnytsky, the service to the king, Turkish captivity against the Russian Tsardom, against the Ottoman Empire on the side of Cardinal Mazarin, Poland, he was young, Battle of Yellow Waters, Battle of Carlson, Pilavice, siege of Lviv, first attempt to reach an agreement with the government of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, triumphal entrance to Kiev, it's after winning. So let's try. We can see that Bogdan Khmelnytsky supported invaders like King Jan Casimir, you can see, because he was political and he tried to do his best out of possible ways to increase the wealth and freedom of Ukrainian people as much as he could. So the Cossacks asked general amnesty, new 2000 register of army of Cossacks in Zaporozhye, restoration of Cossacks self-government, right of free access to sea, removal of Quartz army from the Cossacks territories, subordination of elders in the Cossacks territory to the Hetman's authority. So this is one part. So probably this is not the point. Second attempt to negotiate with gentry. Oh, gentry. Gentry is our masterhood in Ukraine, that was enslaved. Since Khmelnytsky as a rebel was outlawed, negotiation on behalf of the Polish king were conducted. So you can probably read this on your own, set it to pause. All battles, it was difficult for him. Defeat of the Poles, some wins. So here he comes, Pereslavska Rada. Khmelnytsky had long been convinced that Hetmanate could not fight on its own. He established diplomatic relations with Sweden, the Ottoman Empire and the Russian Kingdom. As early as 19th of February by Old and 1st March no matter, in 1651. The Zemsky Sobor in Moscow discussed the question of what answer to give to Khmelnytsky, who at the time was already asking the Tsar, the king, to accept him under his authority and reunite. So, we know that. I want to find it out by the origin. I want to find it in Wikipedia originally, because you can read it if you... Probably you cannot read it because you don't know elder Russian language. So let's translate it. The most magnificent and glorious king of Moscow, and our master and well-wisher, it's nice. He is praying to the Lord and asking a king to help. So let me translate it to pure modern Russian, original history of Ukraine and Russia. It's 2 letters, so let's take first one for translation. Letter from Bogdan Khmelnytsky from Cherkasy to King Alexei Mikhailovich with a message about the victories over the Polish gentry, troops, and the desire of the Ukrainian people to reunite with the Russian people. The most excellent, the most glorious, to the King of Moscow, and to us, the most merciful Lord. Oh, it's translation from... it could not be translated. By grace of the Lord, that things we were praying for has happened, and now we can practice our Christianity religion without problems due to warfare, it probably means, and now we can now send to you our people, wishing you a good health to your highest, and offering to you our obeisances. The Supreme Lord gave us from you, your people, the messengers, ambassadors, messengers. So by the mercy of the Lord, we have you have sent to us your messenger, to the man with name Kisel. Let me some time, please. Аже Бог всемогущий, the Lord Supreme, сдарив нам, has gifted to us от Твоего Царского Величества, from your Highnessty, the messengers, but not to us, but to the Lord Kisel, sent by you to ask about his needs, which these messengers were met by our Cossacks people, found him in the way, onto the road. And we are grateful to the Lord and to you that your troops with messenger came to our place, през которых радостно пришло нам Твою царскую возможность о положении веры нашей старожитной греческую, with which we can share the nice and good news that we can regain, follow officially, we can now easily practice our original faith of orthodoxial Greece Christianity, which from the ancient times we were fighting and shedding our blood to protect it, fighting against the kings of Lithuanian and Polish, and still don't have a rest from the attacks. Oh Supreme Lord, please save us. I'm sorry. Deliver us from them. Oh Supreme Lord, deliver us from them, please. So let's continue. Let's continue the translation. It's not Ukrainian, it's not Russian, it's a Slavic language. It's original Russian language, original Ukrainian language. Language of our Bible, Orthodox. So, but Bogdan Khmelnytsky can speak like 4 or more languages, including old ancient Latina, I believe. So, the Supreme, the Savior, our Jesus Christ, by saving people, stressed people in difficulties, and childs without parents. It's analogic that Bogdan Khmelnytsky is striving, fighting alone, and we are children under the God, asking for the protection of the king. By your tenderness and your mercy, 1 second, Lord Jesus Christ, tendency and mercy, put his eye on us and blessed us by his. It's like 50% glorifying God, basically, and telling the problems that Bogdan Khmelnytsky and Ukrainian met while fighting for the Christianity orthodoxial faith, which pit was dug under us. So Bogdan Khmelnytsky tells that he fought 2 armies that were standing against them, and took a hostiles, took enemies, hetmans, enemies leaders. So this is the first one. The first one is like is more about if your Kingdom Highness would hear us, if Poland will next time try to attack us, we would fight back with the Lord's mercy. And let the God fix the ancient prophecy which we trust in, rely on. Let this prophecy came to your feet of your kingdom, of your king's highesty. As low as possible, we are surrendering ourselves to you. So it was first one. The second one is just like a friendship note, and like children to father. So let's try to read this. I'm sorry for that it's taking time, but I believe if there is people who would like to know the region things. So to God's blessed by God, great king Alexei of all great Russia and small Russia, means Ukraine, and other states and cities and kingdoms ruler, me, Bogdan Khmelnytsky, hetman of Cossacks of Zaporozhye Sich, and all the troops, all the people of nation of Войска Запорожская Sich, performing lowest obeisances with head bowing, touching the earth, to the Supreme to the Supreme Lord and to your King's Highnessy, gratefully thanking you for your letter, and by Lord's grace and your King's highesty and mercy, that you accepted us, that you you can see probably the translation is good here. Unspeakable mercy of your Royal Majesty, pecks and pecks to the face of the earth, beat low with your foreheads. It's not full. It doesn't. I need full translator, so it could be inserted fully. So let's try. And according to the word of the gospel face to your Royal Majesty, they have no, it's not proper. I have translated this, and we to the thanks to the merciful God and your Royal Majesty greatly giving us thanks for receiving that things we were waiting long time for, and by Lord's mercy and by incountable mercy of your Royal Honesty, we are grateful to you that your Royal Honesty would take us unto his high hand, us the faithful servants, that you let us to be accepted. Me, the hetman of Ukraine, and all the army of Ukraine, for the mercy, unspeakable mercy of your Royal Majesty, pecks and pecks of bowing down to the earth with our foreheads. According to the word of gospel face, okay, to your royal kingdom, it's like forgive us if we had some faults, I believe. It's if and it committed. It's Yesma is Yesli. So they're asking for forgiveness. for some etiquette fails and some coming overhead, I believe, or something I don't understand. They tell that if we had been speaking to your people, your senior people, about some things, we believe that they would talk to you all the things. And next, we ask you, we pray for you to long live as a king, and they want to be subordinate servants, direct subordinate servants and loyals, to accept them and to bring mercy onto them, or like that. So, and you can see here and this is the end. So, okay, a little tired. So the Hetman Khmelnytsky asked a king to accept them as a part and save and make them his people, his own people, and his direct rulement or something like that. So let's continue.
Контролировал власть в этой части русских земель, которую мы сейчас называем Украиной. Он писал в Варшаву с требованием соблюдения их прав. А после того, как...
This has already been.
Переведете и потом на английский язык. Россия не соглашалась их принимать сразу, потому что...
Russia didn't agree to accept them, as I had already read to you that there was some problem inside, and with Poland, Russia was not ready to put strength to protect Ukrainian, which were asking for that. But Russians understood that they must, as a Christianity, as Slavs, that they cannot reject that plea, and they took some time, nearly half of a year or less, and then accept Ukraine with all the subordinate territories and Hetman, Bogdan Khmelnytsky, and all the army all together to inside of the region of Russia, as it part back, welcome back.
Исходило из того, что начнется война с Польшей. Все-таки в 1640.
One second, please.
Исходило из того, что начнется война с Польшей. Все-таки в 1654 году Земский собор, это был представительный орган власти древнерусского государства, решение было принято. Эта часть древнерусских земель вошла в состав Московского царства. И, как и предполагалось, началась война с Польшей. Она шла 13 лет, потом перемирие было заключено, а всего после заключения.
So Vladimir Putin said that after Zemsky Sobor has happened, and this government approved a plea of Bogdan Khmelnytsky to rejoin Ukraine back to Russia, as Russia was preparing to. Poland became warfare against Russia, and it 13 years was going on for 13 years. So just watch how is it going. So Ukraine was took away by Golden Horde from Russia, then it was took by Lithuania from Golden Horde, then it was took away by Poland from the Lithuania, and now Russia takes it back by its plea, its numerous plea of Ukrainians, and Russia takes her original native lands back to the same language, same face, same people, same everything, like with Donbass. So, okay.
1954 года, через 30, по-моему, 2 года был заключен мир с Польшей. Вечный мир, как тоже было сказано. И вот эти земли, все левобережье Днепра, включая, отошла к России. Все правобережье.
So let's check what is eternal peace or вечный мир с Речью Посполитой. It's 1686. Let's put it down, write it down. Let's get down to business. Так, so, okay, is it in English? Okay. So it's not much in English because it's not English history. So, who is Russian? It's, we understand, Russian kingdom. Who is Речь Посполита is Poland. Poland United Union. Poland Union with Lithuania. So Litwoland. Poland the Lithuania. So okay. Poland affirmed. Let me translate it better. It's not like eternal peace, it's basically like centurial peace. In Polish historiographically known as Peace of Grzymultowski. It's a peace treaty on the division of the Hetmanate, Ukrainian Hetmanate, concluded between the Russian kingdom and the Polish or Lithuanian Commonwealth, which means Poland and Lithuania together, in Moscow in April 1686. The text of treaty consisted consisted of preamble and 33 articles. The treaty confirmed the decision of So left bank Ukraine, Kiev, Zaporozhye, Smolensk and Chernihiv, land with Chernihiv and Starodub, recognized the Russian kingdom. But they said, okay, we recognize that it was your native land. The Russian Empire joined the countries waging war against Turkey. So Russian helped to fight against Turkish. Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth received 136,000 rubles of subsidies. So nevertheless, it was our territory, our region. So, but Russia still paid 146,000 of, not dollars. It ruble. Ruble is in gold. It's golden coin of subsidies for waging war with the port and the Crimea, because Turkish entered the Crimean, probably, I suppose. Oh, okay. Poland, during the negotiation on the agreement, the Polish side drew attention to the fact that these subsidies should not be considered as payment for land ceded to Russia. Oh, interesting. The Polish-Lithuanian, I'm not historical man, not of geography or politics, I'm programmer. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth transferred some border territories, the Nevel, Siber, Shvelish and Pososh regions. So they received back Polish received back some regions from Russia. Probably gained during warfare or just gained, I don't know. Northern Kiev region, Volyn in Galicia, remained the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So Kiev also still stayed Poland. The southern Kiev region and Bratslav region from the town of Staika to Tesmin River, with the cities of Rzhichev, Kanev, Cherkasy, Ukrainian city, Chigirin, modern Ukrainian city, and others, that is the lands that were greatly devastated during the war, were to become a neutral territory between the Russian kingdom and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth pledged to grant the Orthodox Russian Greek Orthodox faith freedom of religion, no oppression to the Roman faith, and the union of compulsion to repair, not to order. Russian Federation responds in not to blame or restrict somehow or another Catholics. So they were restricted us and making pain to us, but we agreed not to make pain them, and we returned them back their original territories. So the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth pledged the Russian kingdom annulled preliminary agreements with the Ottoman Empire and the Crimean Khanate and joined the anti-Turkish Holy League, and also pledged to organize a military campaign against the Crimean Khanate, the Crimean campaign. Probably Turkish started the invasion also, and onto that moment Poland didn't want to have a two-sided confrontation with Russia and Turkish, and as we all know, Crimea is now Russia. For last 200 years, nearly, or 400 years. So let's see what is about Crimea said here. Peninsula. Okay. It was sometime it was originally colonized by Greeks and so on. Mongol conquest till 1449, then Crimean Khanate in the 1440, formed out of the collapse of the horde, but quite rapidly itself became subject of the Ottoman Empire, which also conquered the coastal areas which had kept independent of the Khanate, and then Russian Empire, Novorossiya, Taurida. In 1974, the Ottoman Empire was defeated by Catherine the Great, and also she is the founder of the most part of major cities and small cities in Ukraine. Basically, not Ukraine, but Rus, Russia. So, Tatars of the Crimea become politically independent. Catherine the Great's incorporation of the Crimea into the Russian Empire increased Russia's power in the Black Sea area. So they, I believe, they attack Russia or not. Let's find it out. Did they attack or not? Historical fact, it's not a Russian Wikipedia or something like that. It's till India, yes? Oh my god. So it was a time of Ottoman Empire. So slowly they, I believe they came invaded to Russia. Yes, Kiev, right bank Ukraine, Khanate of Crimea, so they came to our territories. Let's find out what is said here, like vassal and autonomous territory. So they took our territories probably or not. Right bank Ukraine, From Lithuania they took, from Poland they took, they attack, give some autonomy, but still invaded. So they are aggressor. The word Ottoman is historically Anglicization of name Osman I, the founder of the empire. Okay, not this time. Expansion and pick. The son of Murad II, Mehmed the Conqueror. Okay, conqueror, invader. Reorganized both state and military and conquered Constantinople. Okay, Byzantine Empire. Okay. Mehmed allowed the Eastern Orthodox Church to maintain its autonomy. Good. And land in exchange for accepting Ottoman authority. It's the signs of invading. So that's why. Okay. Here, okay is applied to that he allowed to save autonomy, because Turkish, we know, are Muslims, I believe. Due to the tension between the states in Western Europe and the later Byzantine Empire, the majority of Orthodox population accepted Ottoman rule as preferable to Venetian rule. Okay. Albanian resistance was a major obstacle. Why? Why I don't know, but why? Better rise in heaven. Better rise. You understood, yes? So better to be under the better rise in hell than serve in heaven. I'm not sure if this is applicable. Okay, 15th, 16th century, Ottoman Empire entered periodic expansion. Classical age of the Ottoman expansion. Prospered under the rule of line sultans, so on. Stagnation. Okay, classical age of Ottoman Empire. Political history. Mehmed. Nice looking thing. Yes, it's big. It's really big. It's not for modern people doing some kind of analogical warfare, imitating with swords and shields. So, which age? It's like 1566, okay? 1451, okay. So let's find, where is Russia? Russia? Where is Russia? I'm very much sorry for that. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This is totally shit. Shit happens. Mr. Shit happens. Так, okay. So, okay. There is no Russia here. Solomon the Magnificent. What was the expansion? I can't see. Battle of River Alba. I have heard something, but CH. Peace. Greece. Grim. Grim. Pennsylvania, Slovakia, Georgia. So, what time did they? Okay, give me some minute. I will inspect that probably in Russian first. It's, I believe, Russian-Crimean warfare. Querim Moscovali Century. So is it in English? Okay. So they invaded the invasion of Crimean Tatars on the Russian territories started after the liquidation of Big Horde, which is the last part, probably not the last, but one of the last, or the last one part of Golden Horde. So they attacked. Let's check in English. Russo-Crimean Wars. War fought between the forces of Tsardom, Kingdom of Russia, and the Crimean Khanate during the 16th century over the region around the Volga River. It's our territory, by the way. In the 16th century, wild steppes in Russia were exposed to Khanate during the wars. The Crimean Khanate, supported by Turkish army, invaded central Russia. They invaded. What I'm wrong about? No, nothing about. Devastated Ryazan and burned Moscow. Who did? Not we did. However, the next year, it's English Wikipedia, it's not Russian Wikipedia. However, the next year, they were defeated in the Battle of Molody. Despite the defeat, the raids continued. As a result, the Crimean Khanate was invaded. I wonder what is there in the history books of Turkish. That is it said that they started to attack? What was the reason? I would like to investigate how, what is the background of that. Okay, but sometimes later. So, the Crimean invasion in Russia begins in 1507 after the death of Moscow's Grand Duke Ivan III, Ivan Vasilievich, Ivan the Great, with the Crimean Khanate attacking the Russian towns of Believ and Kozelsk. Over the course of 16th century, the outer border of the wild steppes was near the city of Ryazan, outside the Oka River. The main pass wild steppes is the territory fields of Ukraine. Ruсь. Kievskaya Ruсь. It's Slavs territory. Slavyane. From the word Slavich, which means glorify the Lord. The main pass for the invading forces to Moscow was the Muravsky Trail, running from the Crimea. Each spring, Russia mobilized up to several thousand soldiers for border service. The defensive lines consisted of a circuit of fortresses and cities. To protect from invasion by the Nogai Horde, another one horde, in the region between the Volga and Ural rivers, the Volga cities of Samara, Tsaritsyn and Saratov were founded. Famous Russian cities. The most damaging invasion occurred in 1517-1521, supported by Khanate of Kazan, and 1537, supported by Khanate of Kazan, the Lithuanians, and the Ottoman Empire. So here is Lithuanians, yes or not? Or why are they so much around the world, or what? So there is Lithuanian diaspora in Russia, in everywhere, in Australia. Oh my god. So I'm not expert on that. So okay. In 1570, the Crimean Tatars horde devastated the Ryazan borderland of Russia. Russo-Crimean War. In May 1571, 120,000 strong Crimean and Turkish army, 80,000 and 33,000 and 7,000, led by the Khan of Crimea, Davlet I Giray, and big and small Nogai hordes. So okay, cross the Ugra River, Smolensk and Kaluga Oblast in Russia. So the Crimean army devastated unprotected towns and villages around Moscow. Why? And then set fire to suburbs of the capital. Due to a strong wind, the fire quickly expanded. The townspeople, chased by a fire, refugees, rushed to the northern gate of the capital. After the burning of Moscow, later the Russian expansion turned. After the burning of Moscow, supported by the Ottoman, invaded Russia again. Combined force of Tatars and Turks, however, this time they were repelled in the Battle of Molody. It's Orthodox Christian memorial. Was also defeated. Devlet the first Giray of Crimea was also defeated by the Russian army, led by Prince Mikhail Vorotinsky and Prince Dmitry Khvorostinin. Incomplete list of Tatar raids. And still they were fighting. Later the Russian expansion turned to the Black Sea region, and the Crimean Khanate was invaded several times. We fought back them in the 19th century and finally conquered. So we destructed the main base for sea transferring and to attacking our fields, our Ukrainian territories from the city, from the sea, I mean. And we took this port to counteract any seaborne, any oceanic, I don't know how to say, oceanic. So it was some guarantees to defense and some trophies. Because they decided to kill us, they killed people, they burned out our main city, and we fought back and destructed they. So okay, let's read. Let me translate also. I would not be able to easily read in English, but I hope you can. So basically you can understand what's going on and who Russia really is. Do you understand my point of view, what I mean? So it is Crimean Khanate. It's okay. So the invasion of Crimean Tatars on the land of the Russia state began after the liquidation of Great Horde and the emergence of a common border between the Russian state and the Crimean Khanate. In 1507, the troops of Crimean Khanate captured and plundered the city of Bilev and Kozelsk. I cannot see both exactly at one time. The Crimean Tatars perfectly mastered the tactics of invasion, choosing the path along the watersheds. So, okay. And many thousands Tatar Turkish troops were tried to prevent the Russian campaign against Kazan, were defeated near Tula. In the same year, as a result of the war between Russian Empire and Kazan Khanate, Russian troops took Kazan. Now it's our city. The Khanate itself was liquidated, and its lands were the one who raised a sword will die because of sword. And its land were incorporated into Russia. It's the same like Nazis, fascism. I mean Hitler. He conquered over all the Europe, half of Soviet Union, killed Jews, killed people, murdered, incorporated with used people and so on for making new world as he thought. So on the bones and blood of others. So we responded and came till Berlin, and all the world united, and all the world helped Soviet Union. Some were little, some were more, but mainly all the losses and all the warfare were made by Soviet Union. If you do not know this, you can work it out. Of course, basically, United States were doing something with Japan, I believe. So, for example, it's another side of Earth, so probably Americans do not know anything. So basically you can find this easy onto your own. It's animation. Let's watch it. Frankreich, Deutsches Reich, Poland, Ukrainian SSR, United you understood. All the Europe. Attack. Attack, attack, attack. 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 Fight back. So where are United States here? All the Europe fell down. These guys were dying every day. Millions of guys. Notice how slowly and what a big border line. What a great territories. So okay, I will stop for today. I will continue tomorrow. For you it probably would be just a pause or would be a next video, I don't know yet. Thank you for watching. This is what I want to tell you before you would start to watch like first 15 minutes of interview